Just imagine moving into your newly built home where you're super excited and you're beyond happy, only to find out it's not quite what you envisioned. The layout feels off, the finishes are not really your style, and you're left wondering, did I make the right choice? Well, today we're gonna go over that critical decision that every single home buyer faces. Do I go with a chain builder or do I go with a custom builder? What's up guys? Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert right here in the Cleveland, Ohio area. And if you are ready to buy, sell, relocate, or invest, I help people just like you every single week through this process, and I'm happy to help you as well. You can contact me directly here, or you can go in the description below and use one of the methods that I have listed there. So let's get into the big question that every home buyer has. Do I build with a chain builder or do I go with that custom built home? Let's look at customization versus standardization. So with the chain builders, you're gonna be limited on the floor plans that you have to choose from. Typically it's around a handful that you're gonna have the pick of. And with that, you're also gonna be limited on what you can change, what you can add. There's gonna be certain features that are not included at all in the build package. There's some builders that are in this area that have the option to add the wire for a ceiling fan, but they don't offer the ceiling fans. You gotta purchase those separately and either have the electrician do it on the side or do it yourself. But chain builders, they really focus on simplicity and efficiency when it comes to building their homes. They wanna do quick moves. They want to turn stuff around. It's less decision making overall. So if you don't want to have every choice in the matter and it just seems like it's too overwhelming, the chain builder is going to be the route to go when it comes to that decision making. Now with the custom builds, they're going to have a list or like a layout of floor plans. And you get to choose between every single one of them because it is very rare here in this area that you are going to have custom built homes in a development. Typically, you have to purchase the land. So you're gonna have full access to every single model that they have, basically, like floor plan that they have. Plus, there are some builders like Diyanni, for instance, where you can bring your own design. You could have an architect draw up a blueprint of a house and they will build it for you. So that's a nice aspect with the custom builders. And then you can customize just about everything and anything that you want with those builders. If you want to move a wall, pretty much you can move a wall as long as it's not going to affect the structural sound of the house. If you want to add certain things, add the certain things. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever you want, you will get. Now, it's not going to be as simple. You're going to have more choices. It's going to be a longer process to determine exactly what you want with that house. This next one is a big one. It's the cost consideration between the two. So chain builders, yes, typically they are going to have a lower price tag for the base model of a home. Now, that is simply because of the economics of things. Chain builders are normally the big, national builders. Pulte, Drees Homes, there's tons of them that are out there. Those are two big ones that are national. So they have more inventory. They can also order mass amounts of the similar items, whether it's siding, windows, roofing materials, you name it. They could get all of that stuff and stockpile it because they only offer so many options and you get, a limited choice on what you want. So they buy in bulk, which in turn saves the consumer because they're buying the product in bulk. Now, with the custom builders, yes, they're going to have a higher price tag. And that is because they are more custom built. A lot of the custom builders, they're not known nationally. I understand, Schumacher's in a few different states, Diyanni's in a few different states, but there's also smaller custom builders that are specific to your area. Landmark Homes is out of Medina, Ohio, and that's where they reside, is in Northeast Ohio area. So what they're going to do is they are going to order per the house. So that could end up costing more because they're not purchasing in bulk like the big chain builders. So there could be a higher price tag. The big difference between the two. Normally, custom builders will have higher standards included in the package, like better quality material in their packages that come standard with the base model. Whereas chain builders, those upgrades, they add up really quick. And sometimes they add up so fast that they are right in line with the price point of a custom built home. And the other difference I want to point out is with the chain builder, it's a little bit more cut and dry. This is what you're getting. This is how we're going about stuff. They already have the land taken care of, ready to go. They know there's nothing that they're going to run into. Whereas a custom built home and a custom builder, they are going into that piece of property for the first time. So they're getting eyes on it. Like unseen circumstances could end up happening. There could be, more dirt that needs to be brought in, for instance, just to grade off your land. There could be with the foundation where you might have to have, extra foundation, like extra course, or, if it's a poured wall, it might have to be a little bit taller in certain areas. You might have to adjust accordingly depending on the grading of that property that you ended up purchasing, where with chain builders, it's already done and over with. So that is just one example of the difference between the two. So the custom builds, you could have those unseen costs arise out of nowhere, and there's really nothing you can do about it. It just has to be done. Now, build time. Here we go. And I'm telling you right now, there's a specific chain builder that is known nationally where their turnaround time is like 90 days. Red flag. Don't expect the Taj Mahal with that said chain builder that I'm not going to name names, but when you see the 90-day turnaround, you're going to know exactly who it is. They'll build you a house. Just don't expect it to be perfect. With chain builders, they are typically quicker than your custom built homes. And it's simply because, again, the material that they have ready to go, and they pre-order a lot of this stuff. They have it in bulk, kind of ready to, be at the drop of a hat. Hey, we need to ship this. Here it comes. Because they know the model homes they're putting in the developments. They know the options that people have, and it's either one or the other. So they get all their stuff in bulk, speeds up the process. And because they are a national builder, they typically keep the trades busier. So in turn, those companies, I've worked for one on home builders before, that was number one priority over the custom builders that are a little bit smaller. It was, we need to get these homes done first, and then we'll go back to the custom builder, just because the contractors are making more money off of the chain builders. So yes, typically it does speed up that process. With the custom built homes, a lot of them are 8 to 12 months out. Chain builders, a lot of them are like about 6 months and a little bit sooner, but the majority in the area is around 6 months. Sometimes it'll peak around 8, but custom built homes are around 8 to 12 months. And again, they have their trades that they end up working with, their specific companies that they have in line, but those companies aren't just doing custom built homes. So they aren't going to be top priority compared to a chain builder, for instance. That's going to take that number one spot away. So it's going to take a little bit longer for that build time. But it also takes a little bit longer for the build time because custom homes have those higher end finishes throughout the home itself. They have, high-end countertops, cabinets, things of that sort. A lot of that stuff is built to order, so it takes longer for it to be made, whereas with the chain builder, a lot of it's pre-made, just kind of sitting and waiting to be installed. So that adds up in the time frame. But trust me when I tell you, waiting 8 to 12 months, even if it goes a little bit past 12 months. Obviously, I'm not talking luxury built homes. Those take much longer. But if it's around 12 months, don't stress over it. That's not a bad thing. That just means that it's going to give that house time to be looked at properly to make sure that there are no imperfections and that it's built with quality and it's built the right way. Speaking of quality, the quality of materials between the two. So the chain builders that are out there, again, they buy in bulk. So you're gonna have material that's not necessarily like the highest durability. You're not gonna get the best quality with a chain builder. You can upgrade and get a really nice finishes throughout your house. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be anything compared to that custom builder. Now, it can vary greatly between the chain builders because there are some that are super eco-friendly and they just want to get it quick and keep it like extremely budget friendly as well. And then others, they'll give you the option to do a little bit of upgrades. But a lot of the chain builders in this area don't expect anything too fancy. Now with the custom builders, you can get anything that you want put in that house essentially. Doesn't matter what it, like you want bamboo, you can get bamboo. It does not matter. That is your choice. It's just gonna cost you to get those upgrades. But a lot of their standards that are in there are going to be higher quality materials and they're gonna be more durable. It's gonna have longevity to it. So those are really two things that you need to factor in is really, what type of quality home do you want? Because you're not gonna get, for instance, high-end, strong, durable trim throughout your whole house from a chain builder. You're not gonna get expensive wood from a chain builder. Some of them don't even give you a solid core door. You're gonna get hollow core. And you're just not going to get the same quality as you will with a custom built home. Let's talk location and lot settings because this varies greatly between the two. Chain builders here, there's one, Drees Homes, that will build on your lot if you have a piece of property. The rest of them, you're not getting that. You are going to be in a development. More than likely, that development's gonna have an HOA attached to it, and you are going to be limited to what lots you can pick and choose from. They're gonna be cut and dry. This is what it is. You pick your lot, you pick your house. Very limited all around, and with that comes the location. The chain builders are building in certain areas. Well, if you're ready to build a house and you wanna stay in your current city, I'm just gonna use my hometown, Brunswick, for instance. And let's say that all the builders are built up in Brunswick. Well, I wanna build a house and they're not in Brunswick. That's it, too bad. You're not getting in, like, there's no homes being built, so you gotta move out of city, and that may not be something that you wanna do. Whereas with the custom builders, you pick out a lot. If you can't find a lot that's for sale, one of the easiest things to do is have your agent contact the farmers and see if they'll parcel off some of their land. That's one way of doing it. Or not even like necessarily the farmers, but just find somebody with a large piece of land and see if they want to parcel some of it off to you. That's one way that you can find property in order to build your house. Now, back to the chain builders with these developments. Keep in mind that I just want to make this a note for you. When they say, starting price at, X amount, 400,000, we'll just say, that doesn't include the lot. You have to pick your lot. And there's premium lots. There's I don't want to say junk lots, but, there's, low, medium, high, as far as the quality of the lots that are in there. They're all going to vary differently in price. That gets tacked on to that home price. Don't forget that. Now with the custom builders, location, in Northeast Ohio, you're limited to certain counties. Cuyahoga County's filled up pretty much. Like, basically there's not much land left to build in Cuyahoga County. It's out there, but you're very limited. Now, if you go into Lorain County, Medina County, Summit County, those counties in Northeast Ohio, they still have quite a bit of land that you can end up purchasing from. And that makes it a little bit more, gives you a little bit more freedom, I should say, as far as where you want to live. Do you want to be on a busy street? Do you want to be on a secluded street? It may take a little bit longer to find that land, but you have your choice of pretty much exactly where you want to build that house. And it also gives you freedom to have some land. If you're a person like me, you don't want to be right on top where you could essentially high five your neighbor while you're in the kitchen. I like to have some space. So if you want an acre, 2 acres, 5 acres, the list goes on. Custom build is going to be the way to go. There is very few chain builders that offer typically any more than 1/3 of an acre. I do know one development for a chain builder that they're currently building right now, and there are lots available that are 1/2 to 2 acre lots. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments down below. I'll let you know who and where it is. But for the most part, chain builders, you're getting 1/4 of a lot, 0.2 acres of a lot, because they want to make their money. So of course, the more homes they can put into a development, the more money they're going to make and profit from it. So that's the big difference between the two with that location and lot setting. So it really depends on what you're looking for. If you want like a neighborhood setting, obviously you're gonna go chain builder. If you want more secluded, country setting, farm life setting, that's going to be your custom build home. So let me know in the comments down below what you think and what course of action are you gonna take. Custom builders, yes, they give you more flexibility on what you can choose. They give you more customization. You're going to get top quality, top craftsmanship, but you're also gonna have higher price tag, longer build time. With the chain builders, you're going to get less flexibility. You're going to get, less options to choose from, less areas to choose from, but you're going to get a faster build time. You're going to have a little bit less stress because you're gonna have less decisions to make. But let me know what route you would end up taking or are taking. If you have any questions or you need help, you're ready to buy, you're ready to sell, relocate, whatever the case is, I help people just like you every single week. I'd love to help you out as well. Contact me directly here or use one of the methods I have listed in the description below. If you haven't already, smash the like button. It's greatly appreciated. And don't forget, click subscribe, turn notifications on so you can stay up to date on all my insights, tips, property tours that I got coming your way. And if you want to check out what builders don't tell you up front, whether it's chain builder or custom builder, click the video next to me and find out all those details.